I have learned never to say never. So, but at this point of time, I would say there's a tremendous amount of excitement on multiple fronts. If you look at, for example, our people scores, very high satisfaction, multi-year lows on attrition, very high customer satisfaction, etc. But if you leave those kind of internal issues aside, from a customer perspective, amongst the best pipelines we've ever seen in the history of Mindtree, great deal wins in Q3 and Q4. So even externally, traction is very, very strong. So overall, expect high growth rate for next year for Mindtree. When growth comes back in businesses like us, profitability should bounce back reasonably well. There are a few operational challenges as well, and the management team and I are completely focused on solving those. So we expect next year to be both exciting in terms of revenue growth and also profitability improvement.
Okay. Staying on with you, Rostow, a lot of macroeconomic trends from the US issue that has been talked about so much to the impending UK elections in June, the consequences of Brexit. You'd also previously indicated some sort of a choppiness in your large accounts. Overall, how do you read the mix really at this point of a time?
Confusing, I guess that's the one way you can describe it. There is a lot of uncertainty in the world right now. Monday there's good news, Tuesday there's bad news, both for our business and even in terms of the global market performance as well. What we are doing is to prepare Mindtree to handle that volatility. I don't think we can wish away that volatility. It will be I think similar for the next foreseeable future. We are preparing ourselves from a strategy point of view, rigorous execution, trying to insulate ourselves as much as we can, which is probably useful up to a certain point, like we declared in Q3 and Q4. But Q1 and Q2 were not great quarters for Mindtree. So I think to some extent, we will obviously be impacted by global events. But to the extent management teams can work on and insulate ourselves, we are doing the best that we can.
Okay. Jagan, coming to you, something we discussed before we walked in as well in terms of US. What sort of a local hiring ramp up will Mindtree have to do in the coming quarters and years, and the impact on margins owing to wage burden? Visa costs also give us a sense of how will it pan out for the next financial year.
Okay, coming to this immigration law regulation changes, nothing has concretely been come out. So we have to give our reaction to this a little later. But adding to this local hire thing, we have been investing on local delivery centers for last 4 or 5 years. We are ahead of our competitors because we have 2 or 3 delivery centers, and our global delivery center in Florida is really ramped up in the last 3 years. This has actually helped us to come very close to that 50% level of locals versus 50% and the people from outside. So this has actually helped us to overcome all the challenges what are that coming in. So I don't think we are going to have any special initiative to increase the local hire because of that increase in cost. No, we are not getting into that direction. There will be, we will try to be locally local, whichever market we are present at present, and that is our strategy will continue to be focused on bringing people from the other geographies wherever is required.
Just to supplement that, if you look at the US alone and for FY17, our local recruitment was almost 60%, and the H1 or L1 transferees from India was only about 40%. So our engine is in place for adding people based on customer needs, based on technology evolution, etc. But I also want to zoom out for a second. The events in the US typically get the maximum media attention simply because it's the largest economy and for some other reasons. But similar trends are noticed in other parts of the world as well. So we are preparing ourselves for tougher immigration scrutiny, more rigorous implementation of immigration laws, etc. Mindtree has always been extremely compliant with all the applicable regulations. So we don't expect anything that we need to do as a reaction to some of these events, whether it is talent development or compliance. Our plans are already in place.
But you'd agree it's also in terms of largest exposure to the IT companies here in India. Jagan, coming to you, management commentary even yesterday on con call has been positive for the first half. But give us a sense of Bluefin and Magnet 360. They saw some bit of a tepidness over the last few quarters. Things are looking up right now. How do you see them panning out? And also in terms of margin levers that these both acquisitions will play out for Mindtree?
Yeah, both Bluefin and Magnet for FY17, the Magnet growth was very good. So they have put in a place strategy and process to improve the margins in the coming year. This is for Magnet 360. Coming to Bluefin had some tepid growth in financial year 17. This year they are bouncing back. If you see, their exit in Q4 has been very, very strong. So the next year growth from Bluefin is expected to be very strong, and this is going to aid them come back to the black. So we are expecting both revenue growth and profitability at substantial improvement in both these acquired entities.
Okay. Also, with the larger focus on automation, in terms of headcount addition, will it be lower this year compared to last year? And also give us I know you did mention that wage hikes will be effective for July 1st, I presume. But what's the sense of wage hikes also? Will they be lower compared to last year? Because that's the sort of noises that we've been hearing from your peers also.
Okay. Increment we have not yet decided. We are going to decide in this Q1 of this year. So we will update you whenever the decision has been taken on this. Coming back to the automation, I just wanted to change the outlook on automation. Automation actually increases the efficiency, and it will save costs and improve the profitability not only for the organization, it will give more opportunities for people to come. We are not seeing this as as a development which is going to reduce the headcount or having any negative view for the people. We are utilizing automation as a tool to benefit for the company as well as for the people who are working along with us. So, and our customers also. So this is a good technology which is going to help all of us in the coming days.
On headcount addition, really
headcount addition, as articulated by me earlier, we are going for a campus addition of 1,200 people in this year. It is similar to the levels what we had in last year. Last year I think we had 1,100. This year we are having 1,200 people campus addition. The lateral addition will be based on the requirement and based on the replacement, whatever is required for the project.
All right. Lastly, Rostow, we have been understanding that Mindtree is, of course, considering a capital allocation strategy. So, if acquisitions is not really the way forward and you don't really have something on the table, can we expect something as far as buyback is concerned, as far something around that for shareholders really, because they would be curious to know?
I think it's one of the many options under consideration. Currently, we can't activate anything because there's a application for merging two of our subsidiaries into Mindtree that's pending with the regulatory authorities. So any decision can be taken only after that approval is obtained and all due process on that front is followed. So once that is done, the board has in mind to go back, meet some experts, get some understanding, and then take a decision on this. It's one of the options under consideration.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow, and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/ETNow.